Good morning, students. This is Richa Mishra. I am your English teacher of class 7, and we are going to start with a new topic today, clauses. Now, first of all, we have to see what the clauses are, right? Clauses are something which make up your sentence. They are a group of words that can contain a subject and a verb. They can be a main clause or a coordinate or a subordinate clause. Now clause में एक subject होता है, एक verb होती है, ठीक है? अब ये main clause और coordinate clause और subordinate clause भी clauses के different तरीके के clauses हैं. तो ये क्या होते हैं? ये हम आगे वाले सेशन में पढ़ने वाले हैं. The fast red squirrel darted up a tree. So this is a sentence. This is a sentence where subject of this clause is fast red squirrel. Verb क्या है? Darted. And this is a simple sentence. Okay, minded. This is a simple sentence. Now let us see what the main clause is. A main clause is a group of words that contains subject and a verb and can form a complete sentence on its own. Now main clause क्या है? एक sentence है जिसमें verb भी है और subject भी है और वो अपने आप में पूरा होता है. अब जब मैं ये कह रही हूँ वो अपने आप में पूरा होता है तो इसका क्या अर्थ होगा ये आप आगे के sentences में अभी देखने वाले हैं. Example of the main clause: cat mewed. His car broke down at the station. The girl laughed loudly. Now here you can find a subject and a verb together. Now cat mewed. Cat is a subject, mewed is a verb, right? So in this way, main clause is also known as a a main clause contains a subject and a verb. Now coming on to the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Now this is something very interesting. Now this subordinate clause is a clause that can't stand alone. Having said that, which means if you are going to use only subordinate clause, it is not going to make a sense in a sentence. I'm repeating myself. If you are going to use only subordinate clause, it is not going to make any sense. Okay. Now look this sentence. Sitting happily, the chicken laid eggs. ओके अगर द चिकन लेड एग्स को हटा दिया जाए एंड सिटिंग हैप्पीली को देखा जाए तो दोनों सेंटेंसेस अलग अलग फॉर्म हो सकते हैं बट सिटिंग हैप्पीली हु इज सिटिंग हैप्पीली there is no subject in it, right? So a subordinate clause is a clause that can't stand alone as a complete sentence even though it contains a subject and a verb. Sitting happily mein, okay, if you are going to say sitting happily, it is fine. Sitting happily in itself is fine, but the chicken laid eggs, so you have to have the subject and verb, and it is a dependent on whom? Main clause. Okay, so now come to the coordinate clause. So coordinate clause is made up when you connect two independent clauses that are of equal importance. These clauses are connected by the coordinating conjunction. Now look at the examples. He wanted to go to beach, but it started raining. So here, but it started raining. He wanted to go to beach is a perfect sentence, but it started raining. Now, if you are going to see this much of a sentence till beach, it is a perfect sentence. And if you are going to see it like this, it started raining. This is also a perfect sentence, but it is both are joined by the word but, which is a conjunction. Okay, you can feed the dog or you can wash the dishes. They have homework to do, yet they keep putting it off. Moving further, noun clause. A noun clause is any clause that works in the same way as a noun. जिस तरीके से noun काम करता है sentence में, उसी तरीके से noun clause भी काम करता है. Okay, noun clause act in the same way as a noun or a pronoun. I like what I hear. There is a pronoun taking a stride in itself. So I like what I hear. You need to express that it's crossing a line for you. Okay. Okay. Relative clause. A relative clause is one connected to a main clause by the words such as which, that, whom, whose, when, where, or connecting words. Sorry, I'm not able to show you the full slide. I saw her in Paris. This is a main clause. And then where I lived in the early 90s. This is a relative clause. It is talking about what? It is talking about the main clause. She wants to be with Thomas. This is a main clause. Who is best suited to take care of her is a relative clause. Okay. Now, adjective clause. This works same as the noun clause. It defines the some main dependent clause. An adjective clause is dependent clause that modifies a noun. It explains the noun or pronoun. It tells which one or what kind. There is a mountain that we are going to climb. Which mountain? That we are going to climb. Okay. So my blue tennis shoes, which used to be my mom's, were under the bed. Which tennis shoes? Which used to be my mom's. Okay. Now, moving further, relative clause. Oh, sorry. Relative adverbs. Adjective clause can also start with the relative adverbs where, when, and why. That is the bench where you and I were supposed to meet. That is the reason why I couldn't meet you. Okay, so these are where, when, and why. These act as the relative adverbs to the adjective clause as well. Just give me a second. I hope you are able to see your workbook English 2 book page. If you are, just raise your hands. Thank you, Bhavya. Vivek, Chandresh, Adesh, thank you. Put your hands down. Thank you, all of you. A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb and forms a sentence or a part of it. We have already done this part, okay? We have studied main clause, subordinate clause, coordinate clause, okay? Now, noun clause we have done, adverb clause we have done, and relative clause also I have spoken about it. So moving further to the exercise part, you have to write S against the simple sentences, CO against the compound, and the CP against the complex sentences. So let's begin doing these exercises. I dreamt that I lived in Los Angeles. This is complex sentence. People who are given to quarreling cannot be happy. Compound sentence. The farmers who live in this village are poor but honest. Again, complex sentence. He worked as if he was in a hurry. Complex sentence. An honest man is loved by all. This is a simple sentence. The moon rose and everything looked bright. Compound sentence, compound sentence. God made the country and man made the town. This is again a compound sentence. He arrived before the performance began. simple sentence. We returned when the sun set, complex sentence. She got the book from the library and read it and enjoyed it, compound sentence. Now, the next exercise say that the following sentences, underline in the following sentences, complete each in the following sentences, underline the noun clause. So Rajan was ready to pay what the house owner demanded. Underline pay what the house owner demanded. I suppose that you are having pencils in your hand. Kindly do the exercise with me. What Karan has said is true. So what Karan has said. Pay attention to what the teacher is going to say. What the teacher is going to say. An old woman took the medicine that the doctor gave her. Underline the medicine that the doctor gave her. Renu is looking for a grammar book that is good. A grammar book that is good. If you work hard, you will get good marks. You will get good marks. He doesn't know what he should say. What he should say. Come now, the next exercise says you have to add a suitable noun clause. When she will come is not known to me. I heard that he was going to marry soon. Where he went is not known. I know where I can find him. We hope that the man was sincere. They expected that the business would improve. The captain foretold that the storm would engulf the ship. Who can doubt that his statement is true? I believe that she will come soon. He expects that the weather will change. Now you have to change the simple sentences into the complex sentences. We heard of his failure. We heard that he had failed. No one knows the time of her coming. No one knows when she will come. We all know the reason of her charity. We all know why she does charity. The tiger hoped to win the first place. The tiger hoped that he would come first. She doesn't know the day of her arrival. She does not know when she will arrive. Now you have to rewrite these sentences, replacing the words in italics with the noun clause. So now the italics words are these one, which the color has been changed. Pay attention to her advice. Here, the her advice is an italics word. So you have to add a noun clause to it. Pay attention to what advice she is giving. The news of his distinction in mathematics is true. The news that he secured distinction in mathematics is true. The method of preparing dosa is closely guarded secret. So now here the hint is given and which says you have to start the sentence with the word how. So how dosa is prepared is a clearly guarded, is a closely guarded secret. Kindly put question mark into it. He wants to know the address of his shop. He wants to know where his shop is. There is a spelling mistake. Correct it. My mother prays for my success. My mother prays that I succeed. Okay, so now we are going to continue with the clauses again. Adjective clause, which work as an adjective. You know what the adjective is, right? So adjective clause does the work of an adjective and qualifies for noun or pronoun before it. Okay. So what does it say? The subject and the principal clause. There should be a subject and the principal clause. Example, the student who shouted in the class have been punished. Which students who shouted in the class? Okay, have been punished. So here the principal clause is and you are having the subject of the principal clause. The object of the principal clause, God help those who help themselves. So object is who help themselves. Noun and pronoun, which is complement of the verb. She is the girl who showed her intelligence. So we have talked about the relative pronouns and relative adverbs. Let us begin with the exercise. You have to underline the adjective clauses in the following sentences. The umbrella which was broken, which has a broken handle is mine. Underline which has a broken handle. Please keep pencil handy so that you can use it whenever required. He brought the money which was badly needed, which was badly needed. She is wearing a chain that is made of gold, that is made of gold. He has lost the book that I gave him, that I gave him. Uneasy lines ahead, that wears a crown, that wears a crown. He is the man whom we all respect, whom we all respect. The house where the accident occurred is nearby. The house where the accident occurred. Sorry, only where the accident occurred. You don't have to underline the house. This is the house that Jack built. Underline that Jack built. He that climbs too high is sure to fall, that climbs too high. She sleeps the sleep that knows no waking, that knows no waking. We obeyed the order the teacher gave us. The teacher gave us. Servants that are honest are trusted, that are honest. All that glitters is not gold, that glitters. Little good work can be expected from men who are great boasters. Who are great boasters. He has tricks that remind me of his father. That remind me of his father. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, as dreams are made of. True love's the gift which God has given to man alone beneath the heaven, which God has given to man alone beneath the heaven. Rima couldn't answer the question. I asked her. I asked her. All the blessings we enjoy come from God. We enjoy. He who lives longest sees the most, who lives longest. He has a son who has made a name for himself, who has made a name for himself. A friend who helps you in time of need is a real friend, who helps you in time of need. It is an ill wind that blows nobody good, that blows nobody good. He died in a village where he was born, where he was born. He never does anything that is silly, that is silly. God help those who help themselves, who help themselves. Here is the book you want, you want. The dog that bites doesn't bark, that bites doesn't bark. The woman who is wearing a blue sari is my mother, who is wearing a blue sari. Excuse me. Now we are going to move on to the next exercise, which says, pick out the adjective clauses in the following sentences and state the noun and pronoun it qualifies. So I have underlined the noun clause and I have circled the adjective clause. Okay, the chair is noun, which has broken leg is adjective clause, is Raja's. A man who is courageous is respected everywhere. So noun clause is a man, adjective clause who is courageous, which is the way that leads to Brisbane. Brisbane is a noun and which is the way is an adjective clause. The book that he asked for is lost somewhere. So the book is the noun and that he asked for is the adjective clause. A man who has diligent habit is sure to succeed. Noun is A man is noun and adjective clause. You have to encircle who has diligent habits. The day is noun. The day when he departed is still remembered. The day is noun. When he departed is adjective clause. The day on which he was crowned is still observed as a holiday. The day is noun on which he was crowned, adjective clause. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. The head is a noun clause and adjective clause is that wears a crown. Now, the next exercise says complete the following sentences with suitable adjective clause. We all admire a man who is honest. You can write any other thing if you want to, but mind it should be adjective clause. Okay. So what is being defined in the first sentence? A man is being defined. What kind of a man he is? He is an honest kind of a man. A man who is dishonest is seldom listened to. People who live in glass houses should not throw stones at other. The day when he departs is drawing near. The boy who worked hard will win the prize. The road which leads to the market is very crowded. The city that seems very modern has an ancient temple. The accident which happened yesterday in the broad daylight led to a lot of confusion. The audience that was gathered for the seminar could not hear me. The time which has been decided for the meeting will be notified later on. The next exercise asks you to combine the pair of sentences into the complex sentence by using adjective clause. You can change the sentence. Certain changes are allowed. I want to buy a diary. The diary should show day, date, and road routes. I want to buy a diary which shows day, dates, and road routes. I gave you a pen. Please return it. Please return the pen that I gave you. This is the house we spent our youth. This is the house where we spent our youth. One wheel of the car was punctured. The car was parked safely. The car was parked safely as one of its wheels was punctured. The old woman used to come to our house. She was a freedom fighter. The old woman who used to come to our house was a freedom fighter. The athlete was injured in the match. He has been admitted to the hospital. The athlete who was injured in the match has been admitted to the hospital. I have seen that palace. The king's body is buried there. I have seen the palace where the king's body is buried. He told me a story. It doesn't seem to be true. He told me a story which does not seem to be true. Now, adverbial clause. What are they? Adverbial clause does work of an adverb. It can modify a verb, an adjective, and adverb. Now, see these sentences. The children danced while the piper played. The danced word is being explained further. Okay, so I am going to stop here. We are going to do this section in the next session. If you are having any doubt regarding this section which we have already discussed, kindly raise your hands. Vivek, Dayal, why so many emojis with your name?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Why are so many emojis with your name? Kindly answer this question first, then I am going to solve your query.
Sorry.
Sorry for what? The teachers are asking you again and again to not use emojis with your names. Why can't you understand a simple thing? Give me a good reason why you have added so many emojis with your name. This is so disgusting. Do not do it again in my class.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, kindly ask your question.
Ma'am, page number, ma'am, 200, ma'am, 24.
224. What happened to it?
Ma'am, eight number, ma'am, the house where the accident occurred is nearby. Ma'am, उसके अंदर मैम house को मैम underline करना है.
No, where the accident occurred. Just give me a second. Yes, the 8th sentence you are asking, right? Where the accident occurred.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And no more emojis.
Okay.
Vikas Godara. Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, dear.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of athlete?
Say again, beta.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of athlete?
Spell it out. Spelling बोलिए उसकी.
Ma'am, athlete.
Athlete की spelling बोलिए.
A-N-T-H.
A-N है या A-T-H है? You are speaking from which page number? Tell me. Vikas, are you there? Shalja Parekh.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, dear. Please ask your question.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of beneath?
Beneath, किसी के नीचे.
And ma'am, great boosters.
Great boasters. Little good work can be expected from the men who are great boasters. Great boasters का मतलब होता है जो अपने बारे में ही तारीफ करते रहते, अपनी काम की तारीफ करते रहते. ठीक है, आप अपनी काम की तारीफ खुद नहीं कर सकते, दूसरे करेंगे ना आपके काम की तारीफ, है ना? तो दैट इज जो अपने काम की तारीफ खुद ही करते रहते हैं, दे आर नोन एज ग्रेट बोस्टर्स.
Ma'am, on page number 225.
Yes, on page number 225. Yes, dear.
Ma'am, third point I can't understand. Can you please explain me?
Which is the way that leads to Brisbane?
Yes, ma'am.
Brisbane is a noun. Brisbane is a name of a city in Australia. So Brisbane is a